Oof. Hi, peeps. My peeps, my peeps. I hope you guys had a great holiday, however you spent it or didn't. In my neck of the woods, it was really interesting because the usual patterns of who goes where and when and all of that got derailed. And so, God, there's a terrific, sorry about that. So it was like, you know, just shaking it up, and where we land, a few of us knew, you know, it was kind of like that. But it allowed for these new dynamics to happen. You know, it wasn't listening to each other's old stories or old arguments, which the old stories can be brilliant. I mean, I love me a story, but you know, it was like a chance to, at least for me, because I was among, you know, not complete strangers, but more or less people I didn't know. So it was a way to just, it was discovery rather than how do I navigate this long-term family relationship, or I've always done it this way situation. You know, this is what I know, whether I like it or not. This is a little different. And I was scared. I was scared to go. I perseverated about things like, where am I going to park? If I want to be the first to leave, how do I position my, you know, kind of crazy stuff. And it was a nice time. And, you know, I was not the most scared person there, I'll tell you that. And so it's sort of, when you can get together and everybody is able to a degree to drop their guard and not feel afraid, but in good company. Boy, that's something to celebrate. And it was nice to talk to my daughter and fully realize, you know, that time of life that I think is very sweet, that comes when your nuclear family, if you have one, mate and child, or, you know, whatever's your core group, becomes the place where you celebrate. And you might go to visit, you know, mom or dad, auntie or uncle, grand peeps, or but you're sort of properly the inner circle, that close-knit group that you don't have to travel to see, usually. I mean, it could be a soul group. Anyway, let's stop. I'll stop talking. And let's see what the new story is. New story. Well, Page of Swords. That is new. That is fresh. That is the energy of investigation, discovery, intellectual pursuit, being a literal student, needing more information. And it's sort of like the dandelion is the wind is blowing, the dandelion seeds are flying. And it sort of speaks to me that this new information will totally change the way this person interacts with the world. You know, knowledge will be disseminated like this, and each one will grow a new flower. Does show somebody in the mortarboard, you know, the graduation hat. And it might mean school. Somebody's thinking about going back to school. Because that occurred to me this morning, that there may be a desire on your part, my part, to learn new things. This is new things. This isn't like going back and rehashing the old stuff. fresh perspective, beginner's mind. And knowledge building upon knowledge, like the stack of books. It's, well, you can combine what you know with other things you know and ascend that way. Stair-stepping up to enlightenment. Okay, Ace of Swords. Talk about stepping up to enlightenment. You know, this is the one bearing the sword of truth, and it's their truth. That conch shell kind of fractal, and you know, and there's the key. I think it's both a kind of a linear truth, like the Ace of Swords, like an intellectual, something involving intellectual discernment. But with this conch shell spiral, it becomes a different way of knowing altogether. Not just different knowledge, but a key to a whole new way of knowing. Page of Swords, Ace of Swords, very similar energies. And who would be equipped to do this Page of Swords investigation? You, the Ace card, the one with the key. Who else has the key? Sword energy again, actually Virgo, Gemini. The key to how we go about this alchemical change. You know, we manifest something into the world that wasn't there before. And it's, I just noticed a new deck. Oh, and by the way, Carrie, thank you for this deck. It's wonderful. There's the hat. There's the swan and the woman and the butterflies and the sort of fairy magic wand here, all popping out of the magician's hat. You know, it's not just the rabbit. It's sorry, the light is really bad. It's not just the rabbit popping out of the hat. And it's interesting, there's something about the hand here holding the hat. I think it's sort of like you popping out of your own hat, the headspace, manifest from Virgo energy, from earth energy to air energy, the beyond, and back again in this sort of I'm hearing electrical surge. Almost like the key on the kite when Franklin was testing to see if electricity was a thing, and he found out. He got shocked. The lightning bolt was attracted to the key. And in tarot, that's sort of like an epiphany. The lightning bolt. And then the magic wand here, like pulling yourself out of the hat. Know thyself, Page of Swords. Okay, can you tell us about this Page of Swords, Ace of Swords magician? This knowledge of perhaps how to manifest. And that you're a student of that, you know. You're certainly a student of manifesting. I mean, you guys are manifestors, healers, teachers, lovers, mothers, fathers, all the ers. Okay. Oh my gosh, this is so wild. Okay, another air energy card. King of Swords. you know, to do with the visionary. But there's something about having to block one eye to perhaps have a inner vision. This king is he, she, they, seeing things in a from a new place. You might be dealing with a Virgo or a Gemini. King of Swords speaks to me also of, well, all the air signs. I'm getting an Aquarius vibe off this one. And Three of Pentacles, finally we're breaking out of air energy into the tangible and the real. Like, I know myself, I know Ace of Swords, I know what I'm becoming. Magician, that process of transformation, manifestation, you know, I'm clear as a bell. And why the warrior outfit, I don't know. I mean, it's a samurai vibe, but it's all in the embroidery on this kimono of this samurai warrior are flowers and, you know, growing things. It's not cold at all. Flowers and growing things. In a cooperative way with other people. Because so far, Magician is the card of one. Ace of Swords is also an ace, a one card. Page of Swords, this individual going out to study the bigger dynamic and his play, he, she, they's place in that dynamic. And here's the dynamic. And it is a flower made out of bricks. You know, it's something you can build with. It's also organic. And just let me see, because each of these birds has, yeah, one has a hammer. One has perhaps a ruler. And this one is, the woman is sort of the designer of the whole business, aiding in the construction. That in traditional Rider-Waite shows similarly a triad cooperating to build something. You know, the birds again. And I see these as sort of domesticated in some way. They're earth energy. They're about perhaps building a home. With these bricks. Three little pigs, a house of bricks, you know, the one that can't be blown down by the big bad wolf. And the last in that kind of hexagram of cards is Justice, another air energy, Libra. Has the scales, has that sort of truth, has an inner knowing. The truth is based on Ace of Swords, what I know, what's true for me, that ace energy. And on the basis of that, I can manifest what I really want and believe in. Something balanced and fair. And she's sitting on a building. She's perched atop the building, atop the structure, atop these building blocks of knowledge. It's cumulative. And it's also building up to something. And here, this was just sticking out, I don't know, from the stack, 10 of Cups. Building up to something. Right, oh. All right, let's get a Justice. On Justice, we have Tower. That's an interesting combo. And it's somebody sort of clinging to this tower as it comes down. There's no clinging to tower. But it's a little bit like providing comfort in a time of a dissolution. You know, when the shit has hit the fan and it's all coming down around your ears, it's sort of like a holding yourself through the process of being disassembled and reassembled. Because there's a look of great compassion on the part of the one giving comfort during this time of something really unexpected happening. I'm going to get one more on Tower. Yeah. Hermit. We have 3 major arcana in a row. Boom, boom, boom. After all this minor arcana, the stuff of everyday life as these energies come through into our lives. It's a card of Virgo. You know, of needing, again, that. I mean, this is fascinating, really. I've never... Everything here is about being up high. Page of Swords. Atop these lessons, these fragments of knowledge. Magician in the hand, held up high. Here we have Justice on the edge of the building. And here we have the high tower coming down. It's coming down. And then Hermit, up perched atop what looks to be a lighthouse. Hermit holds the lantern. Hermit is the guiding force that kind of brings us home to safe harbor. After this dramatic, you know, I mean, if things are dramatically falling apart in your life, and it can feel like that almost moment to moment sometimes, like a one thing after another, destabilizing, because that's the tower, it destabilizes. But somehow you're able to bring, I see that as a card of Scorpio, bring comfort to yourself in this. Felt like something just dropped. I don't know what that was. Bringing comfort to yourself in this period of the shock waves of the tower coming down. And this is, Hermit is the one who goes to the mountaintop or the top of the lighthouse, the enlightened one. And in traditional Rider-Waite, holding a lantern as they walk down the path, kind of lighting the way. Well, this one is also lighting the way by being not on land, you know, on a rock, as how lighthouses work. They're marking the reef. You know, they mark the reef. You have to navigate around and navigate, you know, these ships. And it's basically showing us where to go and where not to go, both. So far in Major Arcana we have on the board Libra, Scorpio, Virgo, and Virgo Gemini, this blend of earth and air. So this is almost like, you know, the tower happens, we're able to provide ourselves comfort through that and kind of guide ourselves home. Hermit is the 9 in Major Arcana. 9s in Minor Arcana speak to the personal. our own inner light, our trusting our own sense of where to go and where not to go. On Page of Swords, King of Cups. I'd say learning, beginner's mind regarding how to let people in. King of Cups. This is a female king. Somebody in the art of loving, but somehow, and see, the ship is coming right between these two, safely into the harbor. And one of them is in this character's hand. King of Cups. So the lesson being learned, Page of Swords, has to do with opening up. Allowing for movement, for flow. But with this tender kind of I'll hold you while you fall apart. King, the action taker, I will do this. My action will be to hold you and guide you. And I think this is your own, an aspect of yourself. Magicians speak to the one, to the self. I'll guide you home. 2 kings on the board, 2 action-taking energies, but both with this feminine, because we're all the balance of the two. There's no balance without masculine and feminine, yin and yang, action and receptivity, male, female. The fit of those two. And on Magician we have Ace of Cups. What are we manifesting? What are we pulling out of our hats? First of all, ourselves. And then this opportunity for love. Perhaps the true love. All these butterflies being released, transformative love, self-love. That may be a message that comes through more than any other lately for us, is just start with self-love. Start with knowing yourself so that you can manifest. And you're major manifestors, you guys. I mean, I don't quite know how to do it either, but I think it has to do with holding in your mind this, because I'm just noticing here's the key, and at the very center of this spiral is the keyhole. How to unlock your own, enlightenment. This window here. The light, the enlightenment. Because when you love yourself, it changes everything. Okay. Now, this is interesting. It's the first sort of we've gotten. On this 10 of Cups, King of Swords, we now have 4 of Pentacles. Feeling locked out of something. Here it is. You feel it, you know it, you're immersed in it. Or this King of Swords is. They know it, sword energy. They feel it, but somehow they're on the other side of the gate. In Pentacles energy. 3 to the 4, a kind of natural progression. And I always thought this woman had a pie to offer. And it's a whole house. I don't know. I was thinking pie. Like, I thought it was like the gift of the neighbor, the person on the other side of this gate wanting to offer a pie, warmth, something warm. And there are padlocks on this gate. But you hold the key. You hold the key to, it's the key to your own, now I'm hearing, this is sort of weird, but the key to your own hurt locker. And all these padlocks here. The keys that would allow admittance to this place, this 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles place. Somehow feeling in 3D this boundary. Perhaps even this wall. And then there's this swoosh of major arcana. As if the minor arcana, everything's being set up in 3D for this whoosh to take place. And it will bring great clarity and to this relationship, and to maybe all relationships. The Libra energy of relationship and clarity and visionary, and looking down from above. That from above thing, just again and again. So the whoosh of major arcana, and here's the sort of whoosh of the tower coming down. And then the peace of the hermit. You can't live here anymore. But you can live, you're good in yourself. Hermit energy of knowing yourself, enlightened about who you are and where you belong. Tell us more about this 3 of Pentacles, please. Emperor. Look at the moustache on the Emperor here. It's kind of like a bit, look at me, look at me. I knew it. He had the building on his head. King of the hill kind of thing. And this could be working with somebody who's really powerful and maybe even wants to control you a bit, or you are this big boss energy saying, if we're going to come back and build something, you better believe I'll have I'll be in a position of power. Not maybe power over the other guy, but this will be an empowering experience. And again, I love it that the divine masculine energies have the flower embroidered on their clothes. This sort of uber masculine, I'll do it, I'll be the one. And then the on the Emperor, they're actually growing. They go beyond the uniform, as it were. There's real growth here. 3 of Pentacles. And on Ace of Swords, we have 9 of Wands. the Wounded Warrior card. You know, in this case, it's a rose with the thorns, and they're all over this individual's front. They've been wounded by it. I mean, she looks completely okay with it in a way. You know, she doesn't look agonized. And they're not really swords in her. They're, now that I look at them closely, they look like scars. Like something's been stitched up. Like stitches. So it's the Wounded Warrior, but it's a card of healing. The individual. Through knowing themselves, through unlocking, through understanding themselves. Another 9, 9 of Cups. Understanding what makes you happy. The variety of things that make you happy. The variety of things that make you happy. On Ace of Cups. You add the two together, Ace of Cups, 9 of Cups, you get 10 of Cups. Whatever this situation is, it's absolutely brimming with a love and affection. With Cups energy, heartfelt sharing of love. And you have a lot of sword energy here as well. But this 10 of Cups, King of Swords, I think if there's been a holding back, this 4 of Pentacles in 3D, it's like the waters are rising. There's something about this that is mutual and undeniable. One more on King of Cups. Another Cups energy, 5 of Cups. This is ordinarily a card of sadness and a period of mourning. And in this one, I see it more as, because the individual is holding the branch with the 2 cups upright. In other words, a connection, a 2 of Cups connection. And I see this as like moving out from whatever grief or loss was experienced. Having learned the lessons, Hermit. And I don't think they were easy lessons. You were able to come back into balance pretty quickly because, you, Hermit, comforted yourself. You know, the tower comes down, but you're still sitting right atop it. You're good. You didn't come to bits. And I don't even know why I say come to bits, except I think you could have come to bits. You know, there was hurt here. Hurt locker. Why did I say hurt locker? You know, you kind of healed yourself. You stitched yourself back together. I think that's it. Stitch yourself back together. And I think that business we were talking about at the beginning about the new dynamic, I think this speaks to that. Like, let's look at the new way of doing it. Let's look at the new way of feeling our way through loss. Loss is inevitable. Let's get not better at it, really, but you know, let's let it move on. I mean, these flowers in the water are sort of floating by. Time will pass, grief will pass. That's what I think you've learned, or somebody has learned. On the board we have Virgo, Gemini, lots of water, Aries in the Emperor, Libra in Justice, Virgo in Hermit, and I say Scorpio in Tower. You know, the guides are watching over you, and your inner guide, Hermit, your inner light, will show you the way out of this darkness, whatever the darkness was. Not really clear what it was, we just see the scars that have been mended, stitched back together, you know, with a sort of the needle of truth. Picking the lock, that's the image I'm getting. Like if you don't think you have a way in, yes you do. You can pick the lock. You're that smart. King of Swords. Smart. And the wish granted is coming. All this Cups energy. The wish granted. Your heart's desire. That's what you've manifest. So if you feel alone, Hermit energy, you're really not, because first and foremost, you're there for yourself. You're there for yourself. You know, let the games begin. Now we can really move forward together, 10 of Cups. Till next time, you guys. It's good to be back, and yeah, welcome home. You know, this card to me is a card of welcome home. Home is where the heart is, right? Gotta shut you off, and I can't even That's pitiful. I can't even stand up. I'm in slippery socks, truth be told, but it's still pretty. Whoa, Nelly. Here we go. See you later.